I walked into the room and froze. My 3-year-old son was standing in front of the mirror, on his tiptoes to reach his reflection, tiny hands clutching his mother's lipstick. A bright red smear painted his lips in uneven strokes, like a small artist's first masterpiece. For a moment, time suspended itself. This was one of those parenting moments they don't prepare you for in books, when your assumptions about the world collide with your child's innocent exploration, and you have maybe 3 seconds to decide who you're going to be. It had started as an ordinary Saturday morning. Sarah was at her sister's baby shower, and I was on daddy duty. Noah had been playing quietly in the living room while I caught up on emails. Too quietly, I should have realized. The house smelled like Sarah's vanilla perfume and the remnants of breakfast pancakes. I could hear Noah's little footsteps padding around, the soft thud of toys being moved, his occasional chatter to his stuffed elephant. Normal Saturday sounds. I should have known he'd find it. Sarah had been rushing that morning, getting ready for the shower, and she'd left her makeup spread across the dresser. To a curious 3-year-old, it must have looked like the most interesting art supplies in the world. Standing in that doorway, watching my son transform his face with the careful attention of someone discovering magic, I felt my chest tighten. Not with anger, with something more complicated. Fear, maybe. Protectiveness. Love. Confusion about what I was supposed to feel. That's when he saw me. His face lit up with that pure, unfiltered joy that only 3-year-olds possess. "Daddy, look," he said, pointing to his lips with the lipstick still clutched in his fist. "I'm beautiful like Mama." My first instinct was automatic. Correct him, clean him up, explain why little boys don't wear lipstick. The words were right there, ready to tumble out with all the weight of society's expectations behind them. But then I really looked at him. At his bright eyes, his crooked smile beneath that smeared red lipstick, the way he stood a little taller because he felt beautiful. He wasn't thinking about gender rules or what people might say. He was just happy, free, playing. I thought about all the times I'd watch Sarah get ready, how Noah would sit on the bed and observe her morning ritual with fascination. To him, lipstick wasn't about being a girl or a boy. It was about transformation, about becoming something special, about copying someone he loved. So instead of reaching for the tissues, I knelt down to his eye level. "You do look beautiful," I heard myself say, and meant it. Because he did. Not because of the lipstick, but because of the confidence radiating from every inch of his small body. His smile could have powered the whole house. "Can I show Mama?" he asked. And I realized that in his world, this wasn't transgression. It was art. It was love. It was a 3-year-old's way of saying he thought his mama was beautiful and wanted to be like her. We spent the next few minutes standing in front of that mirror together. I helped him even out the lipstick, showed him how to blot it the way I'd seen Sarah do. His concentration was fierce, his pride enormous. This was serious business to him. He made faces at his reflection. Serious faces, silly faces, kissing faces. Each expression was a small experiment in being someone new. I found myself laughing, not at him, but with the pure joy of watching someone discover themselves without any of the fear that comes later. When we heard Sarah's car in the driveway, Noah's eyes went wide with excitement. "She's home! She's home!" he squealed, racing toward the front door with his lipstick still perfectly intact, ready to show off his masterpiece. Sarah's reaction was everything I hoped it would be. Surprise, then recognition, then that same warm pride I'd felt. "Oh my goodness," she said, crouching down to Noah's level. "You look absolutely stunning. Did Daddy help you with that?" For the rest of that afternoon, Noah wore his lipstick like a badge of honor. He told everyone he saw about how beautiful he looked, how Daddy had helped him, how Mama loved his red lips. There was no shame in his joy, no doubt in his right to feel beautiful. That evening, as I helped him wash his face before bed, the lipstick came off in gentle swirls of red. But something had changed in both of us. In him, perhaps, a deeper knowledge that he was loved exactly as he was. In me, a understanding that my job wasn't to limit his self-discovery, but to make sure he felt safe during it. As I tucked him into bed that night, I realized what I'd learned. Children don't see the limits adults do. They don't know that certain colors or clothes or ways of being are supposed to be off limits. They just explore, create, become. That day, my 3-year-old taught me something about courage I didn't know I needed to learn. He showed me that acceptance isn't just about letting people be themselves, it's about celebrating them for it. Some people might say I should have handled it differently, that I should have taught him about rules and expectations, but I think there's time for that later. Right now, while he's still small enough to believe that beauty belongs to everyone, I want him to keep that faith. That Saturday morning, I learned that sometimes the most important parenting moments happen in the space between our first instinct and our second thought. In that pause, where love gets to choose who we become. Stories like these remind us how transformative acceptance can be, especially in our own families. If you've witnessed a moment of innocent self-discovery like this, or if you're navigating your own journey of identity and expression, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Your experiences help build a community where everyone feels seen and valued. Don't forget to subscribe to the Gender Diary for more authentic stories of courage, acceptance, and the beautiful complexity of being human.